of your prerequisites you need is to have shot a gun before. If you have played like a ton of paintball or airsoft or a ton of Nerf, you are qualified for this course. There are several components to this rifle. First, you have your buttstock. Your buttstock is what goes into your shoulder, and it can be adjusted with this lever right here. You push this up, and it goes forward or back. Next is the buffer tube. This is the spring. This is what the stock goes over. Down here is your pistol grip. This is what you grab with your shooting hand. Up here is the charging handle. It has a lever right here. So you pull this lever, and then you pull back in order for it to go back. Over here is the forward assist, and you push that to make the part here called the bolt go forward. On the left side of the rifle, you have the safety. This is safe, this is fire. Going to keep it on safe whenever you're not shooting it and you're not aimed at a target about to shoot. Here is the bolt catch. This catches the bolt. When you are out of ammo and you pull it back, you push down on it in order to lock the bolt to the rear. Your bolt is back. To make your bolt go forward, you just push on the button and it goes forward. Here is your dust cover. Closes and it keeps the dust out. This is your magazine. This is what holds your ammo. This is your magazine well. This is where you put your magazine when you load your gun. This is your magazine release. You push this button and you can take your magazine out. Sometimes the magazines will drop right out and fall on the floor. This one happens to be stiff. This is your red dot. There are many different models. I'm only going to teach basic red dot. I have a Vortex. You press the top button to turn it on, and you see that it has a red dot. Doesn't matter how you look through it, the barrel will always be aimed at the dot. This one happens to have a red or green dot. I chose green. Compress and hold on this particular model on the top button to turn it off. This is your forestock or your hand guard. And this is what you grab with your stabilizing hand. This is a hand stop, not a foregrip, to stabilize, to stop your hand and hold it when you're shooting. Up here is your muzzle brake. This helps reduce recoil. The more aggressive the brake, the less recoil you will have. This rifle, meant to be used with the safety at all times. When you pick up this rifle, your shooting hand grabs the pistol grip and it holds onto it the entire time you are using it. You can switch shooting hands if you need, but you keep your shooting hand on the shooting grip. And the reason you do that is so you can control your muzzle. Next is the safety. Keep it on, and you can flick it on and off with your thumb, super easy. So if I'm about to shoot, I take it off, I engage, and then I put the safety back on when I'm waiting for my next target. Always remember to put your safety back on. Let's load our magazine. And then you have these two lips here. You can see that's where the back of the bullets go, and you even have a picture of what the bullet looks like. You take your bullet, you push it in, you make sure that the back is up against here. If you push your bullet in and it's not in, you're not loading it right. Some people also, this is an exaggeration, they push it in too far forward. If you do that, just push it back. In and back is a good idea to do. So now you can see there's two bullets in here. Most recent one is on the right, so you can see that the bullet is on the right. Loading the rifle is very simple. You take your magazine, your bullets point forward, you push it in to the gun all the way, and then you try to pull it back out. That's how you know it's locked in. If you push it in and it's not seated all the way and you pull it back out, it wasn't in all the way, you don't want to lose this. You make sure it's all the way in and you try to pull it back out. With a closed bolt and a full magazine, sometimes you do have to make sure that you give it an extra slap to get it in. Once you have your magazine in, you take your charging handle, you pull it all the way back, and then you let it go. Let it slam forward. Do not slow go forward. All the way back, let it go, slams forward. Now you can check the bullet is on the left now, right? The bullet's on the left. Another way you can check if it's loaded is that you pull back and you see that there's gold in there. You let go, and then you push on the forward assist. Make sure it's all the way forward. To make sure you keep dust out, close your dust cover. Next, now that you know how to load it, you need to know how to unload it without shooting. Take your magazine out. Take it, put it somewhere safe. Next, there may or may not be ammo in here. So we take our gun, we put it in a stable position. I'm going to take the stock and put it on my thigh. I'm going to take my hand and put it over the ejection port. I'm going to pull back on the charging handle. I caught a bullet that was in the chamber. Put that somewhere safe. Lock by pushing down on the bolt catch to make sure that the bolt is open. Push your charging handle forward all the way, and now you can check that it's unloaded. You check the chamber and the magazine. You have to hold the rifle properly. So you have your hand on here, and you can put your finger straight. Now, when you are ready to shoulder, there's a buffer tube here, and that should go directly into your shoulder. And then you take your front hand, and you can just grab it around like this. When you go to aim, you have to look at the red dot. This is incorrect. Do not do this. Instead, always move the gun to you. Right? My head is not moving. So move the gun to you. See that my shoulder is still holding the buffer tube? You move the gun to you. Never move to your gun. Control it with your hands. When you are ready to shoot, take your thumb, flip down, and then you can engage. When you are shooting, there are several stoppages that can occur. Stoppages are when you pull the trigger and nothing happens. The gun has stopped. Whenever you have a stoppage, always look to where the bolt should be, into the ejection port. The most common stoppage is running out of ammo. Commonly, when you run out of ammo and you go to look, you'll see that the bolt is all the way back and there's no ammo in the chamber. Reload. Another stoppage will look like this. The bolt is forward. How do you resolve this? Well, first you have to make sure that your magazine is in all of the way. So you hit your magazine to make sure that it's in all of the way. After you hit it in, pull your charging handle all the way back and you let it go. And then you go again. If your gun does not work, you do it a second time. And if it still doesn't work, there's 2 strikes, not 3. If it doesn't work 2 times, reload. Sometimes you will hit your magazine in, and you will pull your bolt back, and it doesn't go forward, because you are out of ammo. Reload. Another stoppage looks similar to this. Sometimes you will shoot a bullet, and sometimes an empty one will get stuck. We call this a stovepipe. To resolve this, all you do is you grab your bullet and you pull it out. Drop it on the ground. And then you go to shoot. And then if you shoot and it doesn't work, you remember the last malfunction. So when you get a stovepipe, pull it out and drop it on the ground. Here we have a double feed. There is a bullet in the chamber, and the next bullet is trying to go in. How do you resolve this? First, you look. You see that there's 2 bullets trying to go into the chamber. This bullet is still in the magazine, so you can't take the magazine out. Put your gun on your leg, pull back on the bolt, lock the bolt back, close your charging handle. Now take your magazine out, put it somewhere special, and now close your bolt. This should grab the bullet that's in the chamber. But now you have to try and get it out. So pull it back 3 times. Make it muscle memory. Don't look, it's faster. Reload. With the stovepipe, there could be a bullet in the chamber, and if you hit the gun and rack the gun, it's possible that you could cause a double feed. That was a very long process to unjam the rifle. Next, what you have to learn, how to shoot your trigger properly, and tactics.